Hi!
How's it going?
Welcome back to Akiko's channel, back with Conor,
Back again.
with Conor and Akiko dialogue. So Conor, today we're going to talk about education system,
We are.
both in Indonesia and in Ireland, and we'll see what are the differences. So, to begin with, how is education system in Ireland?
As a whole,
As a whole, I mean that in the thing that you know in general, like
my experience in it is it's primary is kind of,
primary is like the one in 6 years.
it's from first class to sixth class. So I know it's different for you. And then we have secondary, which is from first year to sixth year.
So like secondary is start from first year again.
Starts from first year again.
Okay,
Very different to
very
you.
different.
And then we have college, undergrad. You have, depending on your course, could be 3 years, could be
Yeah.
4
We'll
years.
go into detail.
Yeah, and then we have our masters and our PhD.
Yeah, see, like we have, so in total, schools in Ireland is 12 years as well.
Yeah.
Primary and secondary.
Yeah.
In Indonesia, it's the same. Like we have to complete 12 years of compulsory education, but like we call it like the primary school or elementary school because Indonesian is very much American influenced
Yeah.
by. So like the primary school is from first class to the sixth class or first grade, sixth grade, and you have secondary school
We have secondary school
for 6 years.
for 6 years.
We have in Indonesia. I think this is influenced by Japanese though. I know Indonesia is influenced by a lot of countries.
Yeah.
But after the primary school, we go to junior high.
Yeah.
Junior high school. It's 3 years, but we normally call it for like 7th years, 8th years, and 9th years, and then the 10th to the 12th years we called it senior high.
Yeah.
And then it's completely different school. Like you can go to different junior high and then go to different senior
So
high.
you're changing. I'd only changed school twice.
We
Whereas you
changed-
changed like
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
A bit much.
Yeah, and then I don't know now, because like I've been graduating.
Oh no,
from-
I don't know. I'm pretty sure now Ireland hasn't changed too much, but I know certain things have changed in schools.
No, because like my mom, she's a primary school teacher, and I was asking her what is the education system now, and then she was like, it's changed a lot, and even herself was a little bit confused because like there's a lot of changing in curriculum and everything, but like the school system pretty much the same, junior and senior high.
Yeah, same
But-
structure.
Yeah, same structure. But when I was still in school, let me count, probably, yeah, I graduated from senior high was 10 years ago. So it's very long time ago.
Yeah.
Back then, every time you finish primary school, you will have national exams. And then if you, with your grade from your final exam, you can choose which junior high that you want to go. And then the most favorite one definitely requires really high passing grade.
Yeah.
And then after the junior high, you have another national exams, and that will determine which senior high that you will go into. Same thing. So like, I don't know now, students in Indonesia, but back then when I was a student, I was depressed a lot, like stressed a lot every
Oh, the
time we coming
exams.
to the national exam, because like if I didn't get the minimum passing grade to go into this school, I will have to go to probably less better school, you know. So like the pressure was real.
Pressure was on.
Yeah. How about you? The exam
Ireland,
system.
in Ireland, it's kind of parts of it work, parts of it don't. So you have like in primary school, you have like a big yearly test, but it's kind of just to see your progress. It's not like if you fail this, you're in trouble. But first to sixth year, you're just doing tests every year, same as normal,
Yeah.
like midterms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the sixth year, you take an entrance exam to go into a secondary school of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now in Ireland, it's a bit kind of strange because like it's easier to get into certain secondary schools if you have family in there already. So like where I went,
Okay.
I was the first one going into my secondary school, but it was only 5 minutes away from where I lived.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that's where everyone went to in the town. It was
Mhm.
that or the tech, which is a different one. But it was like no one really went to the tech anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Did an entrance exam there, and they're kind of like it's just to do. It's not like you're actually graded hard on it, and it's not
Yeah.
going to determine much better what class you were in. So I was in like 1D or something like that, 1C. so there was just so many of us entering that they had to break our first year class into like 7 groups of like 25.
Or in Indonesia as well, in senior high, normally in one the first year or second year, third year, we will not. Back then we have 12 different groups.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's really what the entrance exam is for, is just to put people with the same kind of abilities in the same area. I think. I don't know. I'm not a teacher. But then you have
and that's very, very, very segmented. No?
It felt that way, but I'm not sure if that's exactly how it is. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I don't really understand that part because it's kind of a grey area for secondary. But then you go into like your third year, you have your big junior cert, which stresses students out for no reason whatsoever. And the teachers will tell you how important it is, but it's not that important.
Is the living cert compulsory?
Both the junior cert and the leaving cert are compulsory. But it's kind of like the junior cert was there for like kids that were, back in the day, kids that worked on farms would only need a junior cert education and then they'd leave and go work on a farm. And trades were the same, people who worked in the trades. That's why the junior cert was there, so they'd have an exam leaving after 3 years.
Yeah.
But then they changed it to make 12 years compulsory. And they brought in the leaving cert, which was the biggest pain because you're doing 2 massive exams in your 6 years. And you're just kind of like, unnecessary stress is there and no one enjoyed it. But your leaving cert, that's the big one, that's the one that decides college.
I think that's quite the same with Indonesian final year after the senior high. Like we have final exam at the... I heard that the current Minister of Education is not applying that anymore, but back then when I was still in senior high, at the final year of senior high, we have that kind of the same thing as living cert, like because we have to go back to review the whole 3 years that we were in school, because it's going to be tested on exams, and that was really stressing, and it's also determining which college that you're going to. But we also have exams or tests every end of semester since primary school.
Yeah, we would have like small tests like summer exams and Christmas exams.
Yeah,
we'd have 2 a year, so like every semester you'd have 1 test. But they weren't kind of like the be all and end all. They were kind of like just to see if they wanted the teachers an idea if you're actually learning or if you're not learning.
Yeah.
So if you had a poor exam time in secondary, it's not a great experience.
Yeah, and also in Indonesia, every back then again, I don't know now, guys. I've been living school since 10 years ago, so I don't know like the current situation. But back then when I was still in school, every test of semester, like summer test, or we don't have winter test, because like every end of semester test, it will determine what rank are you in the class. So like it's pretty much, you will know the first to the end of the class. So you will know who's the smartest based on the test, and who's, like the poorest grade. Back then, it was felt very competitive. Like for me, my parents quite pressing us on terms of like, they said they didn't say explicitly that I have to be on the top three or the top 5. But I know that they kind of like push us, like me and my sisters, to be on at least in the top 5. So I remember one semester in junior high, I was the 6th. I went home crying because I know what I would kind of like, God, I failed. I really failed, because no one ever in me and my sisters, I think it was the only one who went beyond the top 5 was only me that semester. But now I learn, my master is about child and youth education, and I learned that ranking or grading system in the class is actually not good at all.
We don't have that at all in Ireland.
That you're lucky then.
It's like everyone would always say, all the students in there would talk like, oh, what'd you get? Oh, I got like a C. Oh, what C did you get? Oh, I got like a C2. So we have like 3, like we have an A1, an A2, a B1, B2, and then all the way down to like NG, which is no grade. Now you did really bad if you got no grade. But you definitely have the students in the class talking about it. But the teachers wouldn't come up and say, here's a big list of everyone being the smartest to the thickest.
Oh god, you know what worse?
What?
In our school, the top 3 normally get prizes from school.
Oh, Jesus. No, we don't do that at all.
So it's very competitive. Like everyone wants to be on the top 3 because we know that we will get appreciation or gift from teachers.
It's kind of like that, and there's a bit of status to it as well.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, I know that it's not good now. I think they don't do that anymore. I don't know. But back then when I was in school, but like from primary, junior high, senior high, we have that grade or rank system in the classroom. So like we know who are the smartest person on the grade, and that was really kind of like stressing, But hopefully now, like I don't think that they do that anymore. And also about the subject, when I was in school, especially senior school, I had 18 subjects. I was checking now, like back then 10 years ago, I had 18 subjects and 15 subjects to be tested on national exams that will determine you.
Is this like your final exam?
Like in total we have 18 subjects that we learn at school, but then I think on the final exam that determine which college that you will go, we have 15 exams. So like there was one day that we have 2 or 3 exams at the same day.
I think in Ireland it's a lot different.
Yeah.
Like you have your compulsory ones, which are like English, maths, and probably if you're from Ireland and you're not like dyslexic like myself, you have to do Irish as well and a language.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have like English, maths, French, for example, Irish, probably
Spanish.
geography. No, you wouldn't do really 2 languages. Well, technically, you have
Yeah.
to do Irish because it's the national language.
Yeah.
And then you'd have like probably woodwork or DCG or something like that. So that's technical graphics. That's 6 exams. I think I only had 5 because I didn't do Irish.
Oh my god, that is a lot different with
It's
Indonesia.
vastly, like 15 exams. Like how many days are you examining
Normally
for?
2 weeks.
I think we're normally doing like a week, and it's like you might do 2 exams a day, and like I'm pretty sure I was done before everyone else. So my last exam was like on a Thursday, and me and my friend were walking out, and we're just like, "I see you guys. Let us know you get on."
See, yeah, that's very much different. Even now, I was asking my younger sister because like she just finished school last year, and like I was asking her how many subjects that you had when you were in school, and then she said, I think it was 15. Oh yeah, okay. Still not so much different with mine. Like I had 18 things that you have to learn at school.
Yeah.
Because like when you go to senior high, you will be grouping into science, social science, or language classes. That's the three group that you will have to choose in senior high. I was science. I was in science, and then science students, we had the most the most to learn. Like we had 18. I think the social science had 15. Language only had 11.
When you were doing the sciences, did you have to do all 3 sciences?
Oh yeah.
We only had to specify. Like I did biology, but I didn't do chemistry or physics.
I did biology, chemistry, physics, and then environmental science.
Like geography or?
We didn't do geography in science. Social science, I think they did geography. We don't do geography in science, but we did all of the exacts, like math and environmental science. They don't call it geography, but call it environmental science. All of the language, like Indonesian, English, and then we have to choose back then either German or Japanese. I did German, so like I did 3 languages. Indonesia, because that's our language. Sundanese as well, because like I live in the West Java, and then Sundanese is our traditional language, and then we had to learn that at school. So in total, I learned 4 languages at school: Sundanese, Indonesia, German, and English. And English, I don't know why, but English is also in the national exams. It determines
well, it's because it's probably because it's one of the most spoken languages in the world.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, it's the same with like we did Irish because it's our national language, but it's not spoken much at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like how long have you been in Ireland and how many times have you heard people speak in Irish?
No.
How many recordings have you heard in Irish?
I rarely hear people here talking in Irish, except one time when I went down to Kerry. It's like the largest county in Ireland. I heard some people still speak dialect or Irish,
so
but not in Dublin.
Depending on the region, like you'll have areas that are very like in with the Gaeltacht, which is your Irish school. It's normally you go there during the summer to learn. And if you're really taking Irish seriously, you do like your Gaeltacht. And well, I was dyslexic, so there was no point to me doing it, considering I couldn't even do it if I didn't have dyslexia. I'd say. But it's not like it's a hard language, but it's just definitely tricky because there's different regions in Ireland, so they use different kind of pronunciations and different methods of speaking in Irish. So you're kind of looking at them like, so there's one national language, but there's loads of different variations of the national language. So if you go to like Kerry and speak Irish with the Donegal, it's different, and it's very confusing.
And Cork.
Cork and Kerry, they're kind of that area. So there's like the southern and there's the northern, and then there's the east and west.
So what is the language instruction at school in Ireland? Because like in Indonesia, I know that in every province we speak different languages. Like I speak Sundanese because I live in West Java. Probably people from East Java, they will speak Javanese. But the language instruction in school is Indonesia.
We just have the overall Irish.
So why then you guys people speak English?
We speak English because when England colonized Ireland.
Yeah, but like I think that the official language now English, like in the government.
Yes, because like Irish it's a dying language. Like it's a shame because it's a lovely language when you're listening to it, but it is dying, and it's just the way that it's taught in schools. Like for me, definitely from primary school all the way up to third year in secondary school, the way it was taught didn't really engage with me. Like I wasn't as interested. But like after, like when you're in college, kind of learning it on your own, you're kind of more interested in it. That's the way I found it. Like with most languages, is after I was outside the school setting, I found more interest in learning the language. And it's just the way it was taught. I think so. Like I think languages definitely aren't the best taught in schools. But each person is different. Like I know plenty of people who did languages in schools, and they're really good at it. But I couldn't speak a word to you in any other language really.
Well, I think actually Indonesian people we learn a lot of languages, aren't we?
You're very bilingual. That's kind of scary.
We are. I mean that even without the European language like English or German or Japanese is either language, we already born to speak two languages. Our mother tongue, which kind of like that, it depends.
Oh no, your regional language, and then
and then bahasa. Indonesian, bahasa, and like I already speak two languages when I was born. Because like
you'll have both of them being spoken to.
Yeah, but again, same thing with in Indonesia. Some regional language or mother tongue is dying.
Yeah,
as well.
It's like kind of a thing that happens. Like Latin was really popular and then it died.
It's because I think in Indonesia was the young people. Young people is the key to the continuation of every culture. Okay, but like in Indonesia, I think most of young people now feel shame when they talk in their mother tongue, so they talk in Bahasa Indonesia or not even English. But like to be honest with me, probably you know as well, I love speaking in Sundanese.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Like I talk in Sundanese with my parents now more. Back then when I was a child, we talk more in Bahasa and English. I talk English with my dad, I talk Bahasa with my mom. But as I grew up and I realized how important it is to nurture your culture, I love Sundanese a lot. Like I talk with my parents with Sundanese, I talk with my friends who, if my friends speak Sundanese, I will definitely speak Sundanese. I will only speak not Sundanese if that person doesn't speak Sundanese, like with you.
Well, yeah.
I will have to, I have to speak English.
I'm working on it though.
So, that was the school, about the school system. And also in Indonesia, we have college as well, of course. And it's pretty much determined by your final exams in senior high. Like,
same in Ireland.
Yeah, so like there are top universities in Indonesia. Yeah, kind of. And then of course everyone wants to go there. But again, it very, 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 very hard. The exams, like for example, I think that one of the the top university in Indonesia is University of Indonesia, Pajajaran University, and then there's ITB, it's like a Institute of Technology Bandung. Like it's kind of like the most favorite tech university or college. And there's University of Gajah Mada probably. I didn't went there. It's not because I just didn't take the exams. I know that I probably can go in, but because my parents wanted me to go into this college owned by Ministry of Social Affairs, in the hope that I will go and work
As civil servant.
as civil servants.
They really tried to hope for it.
Yeah,
Did not happen at all.
no. But yeah, the undergrad in Indonesia takes 4 years, and
Depending on the course.
no, mostly they are 4 years. Not mostly, they are all 4 years. You have to complete it for 4 years.
I think we have like courses that are like a year long. Like don't quote me on it, but I'm almost certain that there is courses that's a year long. And then we have like FETAC courses, which are like before college.
Oh, you have that. We don't. We didn't
It's
have
great for. I would recommend it to anyone because John's doing it.
that. Mhm.
He's doing a FETAC course.
John is
before
Connor's brother.
his brother.
He might be coming to my channel later.
So he didn't go straight to college. He did a FETAC to see what course he wanted to do, which was great. Gave him more time to figure out what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But now, like, he's got all the skills from his FETAC course, and he's going to go do something else. We yet to be fully determined, I'd say. But so he's done that, and it was like 2 years, 2-year course.
Probably.
So then he'll go and do his 4 years in college, doing his full final year degree, which is to get his honours degree.
Yeah.
But then you'll have I have an honours degree and I have a other degree. I can't remember what it's, ordinary degree or something like that. Because I did a course that you can leave after 3 years and have a degree still.
Yeah.
But then I did the 4th year as an add-on year, so then I got my full degree.
Yeah. So you are Bachelor of Honors.
Yeah.
Like beyond.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, there's a Bachelor of Arts and there's Bachelor of Arts honours.
What are you? Bachelor.
Well,
Okay.
I got the Bachelor of Arts first, and then I got the Bachelor of Arts honours.
Yeah,
after.
you did double degree in your college.
I graduated twice technically.
Yeah.
There was like 4 of us in the class that all graduated, and I came back for the following year and graduated again. It was very weird, but you made the most of it. Got dressed up twice.
I don't think in Indonesia it's like that. Like we had to go to 4 years if you want to do a full undergrad, and then for the final years, like we did some thesis or something like that.
Oh, yeah. We have a thesis for our final year, but we also, because of I don't know if it was just our course, but we did it was called a crit review, but it was essentially a mini thesis in 3rd year of college, and then when we went into 4th year, we had to continue that crit review and do it in 4th year as well, which turns into our thesis. And like, I think it was like 3,000-4,000, about 4,000 or 5,000 words in the crit review, and then I went into into my thesis, and there's like a limit of like 8,000 words as like your max.
Okay.
And I think mine was over like 13,000 words.
In my degree, we had to do research.
Yeah.
So like we had to do research, and then that was pain in the ass definitely, and I loved that.
Yeah. I spent most of my time with my nose in a computer reading online books or in the library. If I had the physical book in the library, I would have checked out the max that you could check. I think I had like 8 or 9 books checked out, and they'd be on my desk in my studio, and it'd be like a big stack, and they were arranging in thickness. Had to read all of those, and then I was reading a couple of 100 books online because they didn't have them, and I was reading off like the DIT library or something like that.
That's what I like about Ireland, because in Indonesia that's the undergrad, and for the master degree we had to do 2 years if you can complete it. If definitely you can extend that if you cannot finish it in 2 years, but the normal time to do master degree in Indonesia is 2 years, and the PhD or doctorate is 4 years.
Did you find that, because you did your undergrad in Indonesia,
did
you find when you came here to do your master's it was like a different way of teaching? Did it feel different? compared
No,
to?
I don't know, not really, because like I did my undergrad in Indonesia. I went to Ireland. I came to Ireland to do my master's degree in UCD, one of the best university in Ireland.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I did my master at University College Dublin, and to be honest, the master or the education system in that college wasn't really much different with Indonesia.
Yeah.
I think that I studied social work in my undergrad college in Indonesia, and I did still correlated with social work, but more focusing on children and youth studies, because like master's supposed to be specialized your undergrad study, you know.
Yeah.
So like I was doing social work, and then I did specialize in children and youth studies when in my master. The technique, like the research technique, the research methods and everything, they taught quite the same thing with the one that I got from undergrad. Yeah, so like when I do the master degree, it wasn't that hard, because like I already learned that back then about the research methods.
So I think I'd say that's what most people wanted to know about is how different is college and undergrad in Ireland and Indonesia. But I think it's mainly the primary and secondary is where it's different.
I think that if you do linear, like linear, like I do it linear study. How to say that?
What are you trying to say? You're doing a line study?
No, like I do social work in my undergrad. I do social studies, specialized in children and youth studies.
Oh, you didn't diverge into a different
No,
area.
yeah.
You stayed in the same area.
If you stay in the same area, we call it linear in Indonesia.
Okay.
Because like it's stay in the same line. You will not find that too difficult, you know, like to follow.
It's
like
quite, it's easier adjustment.
it's easier, but it's gonna be different. Like if I do different areas, yeah, it's going to be totally different. I don't know the master, the PhD degree in Indonesia. You guys tell me, but I know that in Indonesia college can be really expensive. So
Ireland has its ups and downs.
yeah,
Like my course was $3,000.
because you are also Irish. I think in Ireland it's the price is different between the international student and then
I
the
don't know.
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you because I'm native, but you
Yeah.
know, like, but we have like, there's loads of things in Ireland to help.
Why
you
don't
get
you tell people where did you do your degree?
So I'm not being secretive or anything. I did mine in Carlo IT.
Yeah, but Carlo IT is also one of the most international, like has a lot of international
It's
students.
really big with like
Yeah.
Erasmus students, but
And
they've now joined up with Waterford Institute of Technology.
yeah,
to
and
become
also
like a university.
if you guys doing aerospace engineering, IT Carlo is the best aerospace engineering in Europe.
Or if you're doing any form of design, because design is the design center of Carlo is the design center of Ireland. So
Yeah.
I really forgot how to speak English there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Carlo IT. You wouldn't think of it, but Janie, the stuff it has in it is unbelievable, and
Yeah.
they pump out really quality material.
I think it's because the government here really.
Hello again.
Okay, we got stopped.
Again.
Yeah,
We need
again.
to get better at
It's
this.
like- All right, so like surprisingly, Carlo is small town, not small city, small
It is
county.
a small town.
Yeah, it
it's
is
a
small
small
town.
county as well.
But see, the thing in about higher education in Ireland, what I know, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what I know, the PhD degree in Ireland is normally 3 years, and some of you ask me which one is the best university in Ireland. I know that I said University College Dublin is one of the best. It is one of the best, but again, when it comes to in Europe, I think which college that best is the best is really based on what major that you want to do.
I would agree with you there. If, for example, if you're doing design, right, I would highly say do it in kind of like because they have like design corp, which is a whole design.
Yeah.
They're a business there as well. So like, you have in-house experience plus the lecturers there are amazing.
Yeah.
And they'll help you with everything. But like, if you're and the aerospace engineering is in Carlo, that's the place to do it because they have a whole hangar where they have like a Cessna plane that they take apart and they have a big freaking turbine as well.
Yeah.
Like they put so much time and effort into different degrees, and each college will suit a different person. So like, don't say, oh, everyone says DIT or University College Dublin.
That's what I'm saying. I know that you go to kind of like one of we have kind of like the called Ivy League.
Yeah.
We probably UCD, Trinity, Cork, and Galway. But again, it really depends what kind of like course or major that you want to do. Because like again, if you want to do aerospace engineering, you go to IT Carlo. You don't go to Trinity or UCD because they don't have it, or probably I don't know. I don't think that they have.
I don't think they have it.
No, even like UCD, it's the biggest university in Dublin.
But like
They don't
Carlo's in the
have it.
countryside.
Yeah.
That's why we were able to have a hangar.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's the thing. Like, it really depends. If you wanna go like medical, it's better to go to Royal College Region of Ireland. You know, rather than go to UCD is good, but Royal College Region of Ireland is created definitely for medical students.
Yeah. Like
so it really depends.
I think the moral of that message there is do what suits you, not what everyone tells you to do.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, so like DIT could be great, or University College Dublin could be amazing.
Yeah.
But like Cork could suit you better.
Yeah. What I want to tell you, like if you want to do political science or history, you can go to Trinity or UCD because they have like one of the best. If you wanna do English literature, go to Trinity, definitely. If you want to do law, UCD has one of the best. If you wanted to do business, definitely at UCD also have like this UCD Michael Smurfit, which kind of like the dedicated or school definitely just only for doing the business. Okay. It really depends. Explore what your need is. So like if you want to go to Ireland, don't stuck into like, oh, I want to go to this college, you know?
Yeah,
because
it's definitely look at Ireland as a whole. Like it's a small country, but we have a lot in it.
Yeah.
There's loads here.
Yeah, and I think that in Ireland, college quite kind of like if it's national college, part of the National College of Ireland, they have the same quality. It just because.
Yeah, like and you have colleges like Carlow IT has definitely come a long way from when I was there because they were in the process of joining up with WIT.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of we didn't really know what was going on with it, and it was kind of like we didn't know if our degrees would change or lose it, and they obviously haven't. But it's definitely like that. The Institute of Technology colleges, you may think they're lesser, they're still like they're still great colleges.
No, it is. No, I would argue if people say, oh, IT Carlow is not great, God, that is one of the best university in Ireland. If again, it has one of the best major in Ireland.
It has its own pros and cons. The same with every college. So definitely don't look down on it.
Yeah. What I want to say for you, if you're interested for higher education in Ireland, don't look into university in a whole, but look at what you need, what major or course that you want to go. Because like if you want to go aerospace engineering, definitely you cannot go anywhere else but Carlow. If you want to do, again, it really depends. And some of you ask if Ireland has full scholarship. They do. They call Irish Research Council. I will attach the link on my description. They give a fully funded scholarship for international students. Be it if you want to do master or PhD, you can check on it. And I think the yearly stipend that you will get is 16,000 euro. That is for your living costs, and then they will pay the tuition fee in full. So like you definitely don't pay anything, and then you will get monthly stipend. And that's also for international students. It's kind of like one of the prestigious scholarship in Ireland. So if you're looking for going to Ireland, definitely do your research first.
Yeah.
About the culture, language, and everything.
I agree.
So that's our talk about education.
That is.
I'm very loud.
You are very loud.
Now you give the closing statement.
Goodbye. Enjoy.
Bye.
That's our lore dump for college and education. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.